skin. God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now.
That's
See
right.
a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy.
Real slick.
I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got... Hello everyone, Grand Rising. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. Also, thanks to those of you tuned in on the Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur TV show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your morning wake-up call. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channels if you haven't done so already. Also, if you have not been receiving your notifications, make sure you double check to see that you're still subscribed. Okay, you know people become mysteriously unsubscribed from the channels. Also, if you don't like what the queen is talking about and you have any complaints, well, you know, you can exit stage left and simply stop following the queen. Okay, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dr._A_Shakur, on TikTok at Dr. A Shakur, and Twitter at DGoddess27. Hello, that crazy beach Aries. Desmond's in the house. King Rashid. Okay, Mr. Hotel, Lillian X, Kathy B is here. Nessa G, Kenyetta. All right, Pearly, I see you, beloved. Okay, Purple X, Lynn. All right, Hakeem J is in the house. Miss Sandra Lee, Cherokee Descendant Dale G from the land. Okay, Jeff ATL. I think I saw Juju, King Lejean, Chris. Queen Sam is in the house. All right, Deronda, Nina Ware. Okay, Nina said exit stage left. Bam, that's right. Okay, so let's get into it. 6'3" soldier. Okay, shout out to my moderators. I see you, Desmond. Shout out to my moderators putting in work. Okay. Hey, Eileen. Okay, so first things first. I have a couple of announcements. For those of you who don't know, the Queen's birthday is February the 27th. All right, February 27th. That's my birthday, Monday. Pay attention. Okay, so I will be doing a brief live on Monday. Also, hey, T-Cope 67, Deronda, Mommy's in the house. And also, the Royal Vegan Cookbook is still for sale. Okay, the Royal Vegan Cookbook is still for sale. For anybody that wants to order it, you know, you can email me at morethanmeetsthethirdi@gmail.com. Okay. And then also, hey, happy birthday, Queen Sam. Pisces in the house. Okay. That's my beautiful Pisces sister. Happy birthday to you, beloved. Okay. Hey, Khalid, Miss Sandra. Okay. So thank you, beloved. Said happy early birthday. Thank you. Okay. So listen, Also, there was something else I wanted to tell you guys. Oh, for those of you who follow the spiritual channel, Queen Ahmadiyyah TV, More Than Meets the Third Eye, for those of you that are members, there's a live coming on today. Okay, I'm going to be having an exclusive interview with God Asir. Okay, we're going to be talking about some metaphysical things, some esoteric knowledge, okay, astral projection, lucid dreaming, and amongst other things. So I've already posted the link, so make sure you tune in. It's going to be at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today, okay? That's an exclusive interview for members only. Right now, it's public, but I'm going to be setting it to members only very soon. If you don't have a membership, you may want to get one. You don't want to miss the treats that people are getting with these memberships. We have memberships for $2.99, $6.99, $24.99, and $49.99. Also, if you are a member of that channel and you would like to have a consultation with the Queen, well, two of you, I'm going to choose two of you. You need to send me an email at morethanmeetsthethird@gmail.com. Send me an email saying that you would like to have a consultation. This is for members only, because Mr. Hotel and his father have paid in advance for two people to have consultations. Okay, so if you want a spiritual consultation with the Queen, go ahead and send me your email, and I'll choose from the emails I received. I'll choose two people to give those consultations to. Okay, so with that all being said, hey, my Aunt Egypt. Thank you, beloved. Okay, so with that all being said, let's get ready to get into it. Now, before I start my commentary on Bussy Reek, let's talk about Kabami Harris. She is so ridiculous. Hold on, let me just pull this up. Y'all know I can't stand Sean Hannity and Fox News, period. But I do like anybody that goes in on Kabami. And I'm going to pull this up. Everyone, please like and share. I love it when people go in on her because she's just absolutely worthless. Absolutely worthless as far as I'm concerned. And so is Joe Biden. Pay attention.
Venn diagram. Laugh. It's okay.
President, you really can't make this up. Take a look.
Please stand as she enters the room.
Hello, everybody.
You can clap. It's okay.
They still didn't clap. Then it got worse with yet another rant about, you know, Venn diagrams. Watch this, the latest thing she's talking about.
Context of, like, I like to think about a lot of things in the context of a Venn diagram. I love Venn diagrams. Always ask, is there a Venn diagram for this? I'm telling you, it's fascinating when you do. So, Venn diagram, those three circles, right? And if you want to add some more circles to the Venn diagram, the solutions also look like what we need to do to invest in a clean energy economy.
That's what it is, just like the passage of time. That's when time passages and passing, and it's passing time. I didn't make that up. Her obsession with these Venn diagrams, as she says, has been a constant theme of hers now as vice president. In case you've forgotten, take a look.
And what we are also saying is that if you look at, you know, I like Venn diagrams, okay? So if you look, I do. So let me tell you, I love Venn diagrams. I love Venn diagrams. You know, the three circles. I love Venn diagrams. You're just cracking up, right? Among the many things that I like, I love Venn diagrams. You know, the three circles. I love Venn diagrams. I just throw it into a Venn diagram. I'll tell you everything you need to know about it, any issues. I love Venn diagrams. Let me just tell you, I really just love Venn diagrams. I love Venn diagrams, okay?
Just a little expansion.
I really do. I love Venn diagrams. You know, the three circles, sometimes there are more.
I don't know what she likes better, Venn diagrams or giggling. The White House's flubs didn't end there. You won't believe what happened during today's press briefing. Take a look at this.
So today, as you all saw just an hour or so ago, President Obama announced that, pardon me, President Biden. Whoa! That is news.
One wonders who really is in charge, don't they?
are so ridiculous. The whole Biden administration is a farce. Do any of them have any type of skills or intellect? I'm sorry, I don't think so. And why is Kabami so obsessed with Venn diagrams? For those of you who don't know what that is, let me just put one up on the screen. This woman is so ridiculous. Pay attention. That's what she's talking about. Okay? So ridiculous. Mr. Hotel said they're all trash. I absolutely agree, beloved. I absolutely agree. Okay, so now let's talk about what's going on with Bussy Reek as of late. I want you all to pay attention because you see, I posted a video on my own Twitter account yesterday. And just as I knew, the Bussy Reekians got so mad and butthurt and bent out of shape, and they had so much to say. Funny thing is, none of them had anything to say when I posted a $500 reward for any of them who can, in fact, with proof and receipts, debunk my receipts on Bussy Reek, Taharka Bay's receipts on Bussy Reek, or Brandon from Pan-Africanism Strikes Back's receipts on Bussy Reek. Nobody took me up on that. They didn't have anything to say. There was nary a comment, maybe 2 comments from my own fans. Okay? They didn't have anything to say. So anyway, with that all being said, let me just pull this up. Let me show you what one of them called himself threatening me. Okay, I just want y'all to pay attention. These people are a whole hate group. They're very dangerous as far as I'm concerned. We don't need to worry about only white supremacy. We need to worry about idiots like this who actually look like us. Okay, these people are out here making threats, trying to act as whole thugs. Okay, in fact, many of them likely are thugs. That's why they have no sense. Pay attention. But so they're out here getting all upset with people for simply speaking their own contrary opinions. Everyone doesn't have to agree with them or Bussy Reek. And the fact that they think that because you disagree with them, they have the right to harass you, try to cyberbully you, make threats to you, insult you, and all of this foolishness, that's just so pathetic. What they need to do is go and find receipts to debunk the things that have been said. That's what they need to do, rather than sitting up here trying to intimidate people, because I will not be intimidated, okay? I want y'all to pay attention. Now, let me pull this up on the screen. I'm going to show y'all what this fool did, what he posted, okay? Clearly trying to make a threat. This is what he posted in response to my video, and I'll show you the video that I posted for him to give me this response in just a moment. Okay, so y'all saw that. Y'all saw that, right? Now, here's the thing. His name is Juju Mathematics, and I'm sure he can't add or subtract, but he calls himself Juju Mathematics, and he posted it, like I said, in response to a video that I posted of myself. And I'll show you that in just a second. But he's clearly sick in the head. And what he wrote on the caption was, I can predict your near future. So what are you going to do? Hit me in the near future? Is that what he's trying to say? Well, that's not going to turn out good for him. I can assure you of that. Okay. It's not going to turn out good. All right. So, but let me show you why he was so upset that he dared to post that. Here's what made him so mad. Nessa G says Simple Simon is what he is. Yes, but you know what? All of the Bussy Reekians are Simple Simons. That's just a fact. I'm not talking about all of FBA, but I am talking about all of the Bussy Reekians, aka Nasheedians, aka Nasheediites. They're all idiots and low IQ. This is blatantly obvious, and I'm going to show you some proof of that in just a few minutes. All right? This is what I posted.
You wanna argue? I can't argue with you. You mad? I can't argue with you. No. Look at you. Look at you. You mad? Look at you. You big mad. I'm happy. Leave me alone. I'm happy.
Sway.
Leave me alone.
Now that, beloveds, is what made him so mad. That's what made him so mad. Now, I wrote a caption on that video, and this is what the caption said. This is a throwback for the haters who insist on coming on my post to complain and spew their angry insults. I love you all, which is why I always end with a good old peace and blessings to you, beloveds. Okay, because none of you could ever make the queen mad. I'm too in love with myself. Okay? I'm too in love with myself. And so he got mad because I posted that. And so he wants to try to threaten the queen. Honey, sit down somewhere, juju fool. Okay? That's what I think about that. And then later he posted another one of him spitting, of a person spitting at the camera as if he wants to spit on me. Well, I wish he'd try it. Okay? I wish he'd try it. All right? So anyway, with that all being said, I mean, these people are so pathetic, okay? All they do is spew insults because people disagree with them. What type of low-level IQ or lack of intelligence do you have when that's the best that you can come up with? You can't dispute the evidence with your own facts. You see, if anyone was lying on Tariq Nasheed, if anyone was spreading false information on Tariq Nasheed, why hasn't he, because he loves to go to court, okay, he took No Religion to court. He took Brandon to court. He tried to get restraining orders on both of them. So we know he loves to go to court. And we also know that he obviously loves to deal with the police. Because if you love the judicial system and taking Black people to the judicial system, then that would say to me that you obviously have no problem with dealing with the police. He's a whole snitch. We've already heard the video that I played for you, the audio, when he was snitching on the Jamaicans about the ganja, and then there was a ganja bust, the biggest one in Jamaican history. We've already seen that proof and evidence. None of them bothered to try to dispute that. They just simply tried to ignore it and wish that it would go away. The reason they're so upset with me, the queen of receipts, is because every time I drop these receipts, they never hear Bussy Rick say anything about me. They never hear him call my name. They don't see him making cartoons. And so they feel that since he's not trying to go in on me, that they should. Well, just keep trying because it doesn't bother me. It's only making them look stupid. You see, I don't get mad when irrelevant people who clearly are grasping at straws try to get me upset. The only reason they want me and others who are exposing Bussy Rick to be upset is because they're so upset. You see, misery truly does love company, as we can see from them. They're upset because their king is being brought to heel, and people have his back against the wall with numerous of receipts that none of them, not even him, can debunk. And that's what it is. They're also mad and butthurt and bothered. He's a pathological liar. And let me just show some more proof of that, because I've shown you numerous of receipts in the past. But watch this. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Here we go. I want y'all to pay attention to the lies and BS.
Tariq actually had a live where he said that, yo, family, I'm going to tell you right now is that, black white supremacists that came at me and they offered me money, family. I didn't take it in the way I take it is when I start shitting on Africans. He literally told it years ago that if he starts shitting on Black people and causing that division that he posted, he also made a post to say that the strategist, the NS.
Now, I want you all to listen to the background. In the background of Pen and Paper speaking, this is Pen and Paper, the young woman who also clowned him before, okay? And he had nothing to say because he couldn't have anything to say because it wasn't his Twitter space that they were in. You see, when he's in his own Twitter space or he's in one where they allow him to co-host or have some level of authority, he mutes people when they're trying to expose him. He mutes people when they're trying to speak back against him when he's trying to go in on them. That's what he does. But because he was in someone else's Twitter space, all he could do was mumble in the background. I'm sorry, he wasn't mumbling, he was babbling. Okay, as he calls it. But you hear him in the background saying, she's lying. She's lying. This is the same receipt that I played for you. I played for you the actual audio of him a few years ago, about 4 years ago, saying that he was offered money by the wanton supremacist to spew division amongst Black people in America and the Black immigrants. That's what he said. That's not verbatim. I'm paraphrasing. But he sits there and denies it while Pen and Paper is bringing this up. He's sitting there calling her a liar. I want you all to pay attention because the only one lying is him.
NSA strategists that they said that they had a strategy to divide Africans and Black Americans. Now, fast forward to 2022, and what is this agent doing? Dividing Africans and Black people. And now,
so according to Tariq, she was lying.
To dump on some Black immigrants. There's a huge bag for that. Let me tell y'all something. I've gotten calls from these white networks wanting to put me on and give me a real big bag to get on TV and get out here and start throwing Black immigrants under the bus with them.
We can get comments from those goofy FBI minions vehemently denying Tariq's deception. These words voiced along with the FBI responses to the video.
It's hard for you. No. When niggas follow niggas and niggas fuck with what they do, it's hard for niggas to be like, damn, this ain't the nigga I've been following.
So y'all heard that, right? He sat there and denied everything pen and paper was accusing him of, but then you heard the actual footage where he said exactly what she said. This dude is a pathological liar. Why would you sit there and lie when the proof is all over the internet? You know why he does that? Because he knows his followers, the Bussy Rikians of them, he knows that they're insidiously obtuse. He knows this. He knows that they're not going to do any research. And he also knows that even if they find out that he's lying about something, they're not going to speak on it because he intimidates them. You see, he says things like, oh, anybody following this person's clearly an op. Anybody following this person is a bitch ace ninja. He says stuff like that. No real ninjas would follow anybody like that. Okay? If you follow this person or that person, I'm going to block you. And so many of them want to clout chase because they know that he has this huge platform and that he has these documentaries. You know, he knows a few celebrities and all of that. So they want to clout chase off of him. They want to be in his favor. Even in the Twitter space that he was in the other day, he hopped in there to hate on Brandon, to try to prevent Brandon from exposing the truth about him even more so. He hopped in there. Those guys in there seem to have homoerotic crushes or attractions to him. They immediately started licking his boots as soon as he came into the space. And then they start trying to clown Brandon, whom they invited to the space. And they actually had Brandon as a co-host prior to Bussy Reek coming in. Well, they quickly switched that and made Bussy Reek the co-host. One of the guys who was hosting the space is actually blocked on Bussy Reek's channel. He's actually blocked. So, but he still was kissing his butt. I just want y'all to pay attention. Another thing is this. Many people will not speak up or speak out against Bussy Reek because they fear backlash from his Bussy Reekians. Okay, they fear backlash. They don't want to deal with the insults, the cyberbullying, the tactics of intimidation, you know, the threats and all of that. They are afraid. They don't want to deal with it. I don't care about them. I'm going to say what I want to say regardless. Nobody's ever going to stop me from saying what I want to say. Okay? And at the end of the day, the reason some other people won't speak against him is because they get paid to attend some of his engagements. Some of these people are clicked in with him and they get a check from him, so they don't want to speak against him because to them, obviously, money is more important than him being a whole grifter, fraud, and a pathological liar who's sowing seeds of discord between melanated people globally. Okay, I just want y'all to pay attention to that. But let me go to the next video. Everyone, please like and share. This is the Twitter space that he was in with Brandon. A shout out to Neferkari T. Dessalines because this is his video. You all make sure you follow his channel.
Africanism strikes back because he been on the front line in terms of doing battle against his con artists so effectively that Tariq Nasheed actually went to court to file a restraining.
Just fast forward.
Well, the challenge has been
to maintain operations. And that's why if you watch my video last night, Tariq Nasheed was talking about, oh, we're going to have books for sale in the museum. I'm going to have t-shirts for sale in the museum. I'm going to have my DVDs for sale in the museum. I thought it was a museum. But if you ask me, it seems like this will serve as a physical location kind of like a gift shop, or kind of like a bookstore, or kind of like a convenience store. And if you ask me, this place doesn't seem like it's going to be a museum. It seems like it's going to be a physical location for Tariq to sell his products, which is fine. But why would you sell a museum? Just say, listen, we're going to open up a shop. We're going to open up a boutique. We're going to open up a bookstore. But the most flagrant thing about this entire situation is the fact that his audience gave him over $1 million to purchase some bullshit that didn't even measure up to anything close that he was promoting. For example, when you look at what he proposed, this massive 2-story complex that had a movie theater and a conference room and a backyard and a management room and everything in between, it had like 20 different doors on it. This office space that he purchased, it only has 2 sets of doors. But anyways, man, I'm about to jump right into it. We're going to go into the Twitter space, the discussion between Tariq and Pan-Africanism Strikes Back, a.k.a. Brandon, that occurred earlier today. And after...
Hold on, let me say this. Another thing is he's calling it the Hidden History Museum. I'm willing to guarantee you all, remember today's date, February the 24th of 2023. I said this. Remember, he is not going to have a single thing in that museum that is hidden history. I'm going to say it again. There is not going to be one single thing, whether it be an artifact, a painting, a book. There's not going to be anything in that museum that is going to be a part of anything hidden in history. Nothing is going to be hidden. And another thing I will guarantee you is that any artifacts, anything that he has in there in the museum, it's going to be African. He's not going to have any FBA artifacts because, in fact, FBA has no artifacts. There's not going to be any FBA artifacts in his museum because FBA has no artifacts. Okay, the history, the artifacts come from Africa. That's where they come from. Okay, so what artifacts is he going to have and what hidden history is he going to have? Let me continue.
After that, I'm going to come back with my commentary. Let's go.
Listen, bro. All these other people are irrelevant, so they can say whatever they want. But
all right, go ahead, Pan-Africanist. Go ahead.
What I'm telling you is the challenge has the challenge has been issued. I said that Tariq don't even gotta fight me because I know he's scared. He told the judge he's in fear of his life and that I'm gonna kill him and his family. He said that. We got the documents. So you can pick one of your. Yeah. Okay. Okay. We can. So what we can do, Tariq, what we can do, get one of your bodyguards.
Tariq literally ran up on you, dog. He literally ran up on you.
Bro, listen. Tariq, you can get one of your bodyguards to fight on your behalf, and we can mix it up. I don't care. The point is.
Okay, we got what you're saying, Pan-Africanist. We got what you're saying. All right. Let's let.
Yeah, but we're not. This is not an issue of manhood. That's the whole point.
This is a bitch. This nigga's a whole bitch. This nigga's a whole bitch. He don't do nothing to me.
Now I want you all to listen. Brandon is in the Twitter space speaking facts and truth and can back up what he says. Bussy Reek is not speaking anything but a bunch of his own plebiscite babble, as he calls it. He is not doing anything but spewing foolish insults and begging people not to follow Brandon. Okay, I just want y'all to pay attention. All he's doing is insulting Brandon. He's not saying anything to debunk what Brandon is saying. All he's doing is lying and spewing insults. Pay attention.
Man, this is a big, fat, juicy, hoe-ass nigga, man. That's all it is.
Well, the challenge has been issued. Well,
go ahead and let Connie talk.
Nobody knows him. Nobody fucks with him. This nigga's clicked in with law enforcement. He was clicked in with them racist essays. Who was clicked in with law enforcement? All those dudes at that protest were clicked in with law enforcement out there yelling and screaming and doing all that sucker shit.
Now, Brandon is the one he's claiming is clicked in with law enforcement, not him, but he's the one that always runs to file court cases and said he was putting cases on all these ninjas. Y'all heard him say that, right? He said, I'm putting cases on a bunch of ninjas. I'm putting cases on all these ninjas, trying to quote Denzel from Training Day. So you're putting cases on people? Sounds like he's the one clicked in with the police. And even further is the fact that there was a police officer on the corner by his museum the day that he tried to swing on Taharka. Pay attention.
So we better understand ops when we see him, guys.
Hey, wait a minute. Let me say what I want to say. I'm not trying to get off the topic. Y'all know Tariq is lying about that. But anyway, listen, Tariq is. But anyway, so listen. Look at how Tariq made that whole babbling spiel. He's just like the Reverend in the movie Coming to America, who had to say a bunch of shit to try to detract or try to divert people's attention from what I'm about to say. I've uncovered Tariq's scheme, and he knows it. That's why he has to disrupt Twitter. Share it in that space if you can. Put it in the messaging of those people over there on that Twitter space, because I know those people wanted to hear what I had to say. But man, if I tell you Tariq got in this space, right? He starts insulting me. Now, Tariq never jumps in no space that I'm in. He starts insulting me, which is normal, is par for the course. And then I said, you know what, Tariq, what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to expose to everybody exactly what you were trying to do with this whole hidden history scam. I'm gonna expose it to everybody so they can know, so your followers can know what's happening. I have 500 Nasheedians in one space, and I was about to expose this dude. Do you know that this dude started babbling? They gave him co-host on the space, right? This guy kept muting me. He kept trying to insult me. Tariq babbled for like 15 minutes straight on this YouTube space because he was so afraid of what I was about to say, and that made me know. That what I was about to say. That made me know two things. One, Tariq watches my channel. He watches my movement on YouTube and on Twitter, because that guy invited me this morning. Soon as I got in there and started talking, all of a sudden here come Tariq. So okay, guys, this is what's going on with Tariq. Tariq got that museum, but Tariq never planned on opening up that. He got that building, but he never planned on opening the museum in that building. When Tariq bought that building and realized that there were tenants already living in the building, he thought he had copped him an income property. So what Tariq tried to do, and he tried to do it really fast, was he tried to cast doubt on his ability to open up a museum in that building safely, so that he could tell you guys, look, we're gonna move the museum somewhere else because anti-black white supremacists are vandalizing the space. So your family, it wouldn't be smart to put the artifacts in there. It wouldn't be smart for us to open a museum right there. These dumbass Tariq Nasheedians, they would have agreed to it. Yeah, that's smart. That's a smart move. That right there, that's gangster shit. Tariq is on some own code. Yeah, you can't put no artifacts in there with those anti-black white supremacists in there vandalizing the building. This is how they would bro, I had that dude babbling, dog. Straight babbling. But he wanted to, he pretended, he faked vandalism on his own building so that he could take those people money, never deliver anything, while retaining that income property with the church and the real estate company, right? So that with them paying him rent every month. And we have the email where the lady talks about the agreement that her and Tariq made. And if Tariq told her, if Tariq signed a lease agreement with her that didn't expire until August of next year, 2024, we know that Tariq had no intention of opening up that museum. So the vandalism, right, was to get the people to accept him, telling them that he did not feel it was safe to open the museum there. But it backfired because I went up there and investigated the situation. That is why Tariq took me to court. That is why Tariq got so angry at me, because what I did. Now Tariq can't block him. He's got to keep his eyes. Yeah, he got to keep his eyes on him. Keep his eyes on me. Bro, when I entered into that space, within 5 minutes of me talking, Tariq was in there. Within a few minutes of me talking, Connie Collins was in there. They all got up in there and all started to disparage me. Oh, he's disgusted. He's a fat fuck boy. Oh, this is a op. And you know what, Gabe? And you know what made me know that Tariq was scared? He kept on saying, family, don't listen to nothing this fool got to say. Nah, man, real FBA wouldn't listen to nothing this fool got to say. I mean, y'all can listen to him if y'all want to be entertained, but no real motherfuckers going to listen to nothing this fat fuck boy got to say. Bro, when people start talking like that, where they start trying to disparage you and discredit you and trying to tell other people, don't listen to nothing you got to say, that is all con artist behavior. Of course, the con artist is going to tell you not to listen to the person who is going to tell you the truth about what he's doing. If you could have heard the way Tariq started babbling in that fucking space when I was like, all right, fuck it, because they kept talking shit, right? I said, all right, fuck it, Tariq, I'm going to just tell the truth. I'm going to just tell him what I know about what you're trying to do, because I already figured out your scheme. Bro, I got 5 words in. Tariq realized that I was onto him. That nigga started babbling.
oh, yo, fuck you, fat boy. You ain't nothing but a white hit mother. There's a family. Nobody should listen to this fuck boy. He's just an op. He's working with the feds, and he's working with the all the people I was working with, Lord. I'm an op working with the feds, but you're able to take me to court. FBA and ADOS started attacking Pan-Africanism first. They started that shit.
I'm gonna fast forward.
And this nigga was twerking his ass. Oh, my man. But man, you see, we got a lying op here. This is all this nigga does. This is a lying ass op that has been sent to try to disrupt shit, and it ain't working. We've been documenting this fuck nigga's bullshit for about 1.5 years or whatever. This dude has been sent out here to try to undermine us, and it just doesn't work. All of the arguments are in bad faith. This dude has been sent to our locations. They make sure that I'm not there. Let's be very clear. All that shit about him looking for me, they went to court and admitted they never come around when I'm there. They know to not come around when I'm not around. We went to court. I documented all of his basics. In court, we said it was sexual harassment, which is part of it because this nigga's a big old queen. We went to court. The judge said the woman who was named in the case, the woman he's talking about, Letty, who was one of my tenants, they said she had to file separately because we filed jointly, and that's why they just threw it out. And this nigga was twerking his ass talking about he won. Nigga, you didn't win anything. You were in court for damn near sexually harassing and stalking another fucking man. So we got these types of bitch niggas out here in the game running their mouths, and unfortunately, people like Taharka Bey listen to dudes like this, and you thought it was sweet to kind of run up on a nigga like me, and you learn the hard way that it just doesn't work like that. Y'all don't listen to fucking ops like this. Don't listen to clown ass niggas who's basically an op. This is a fucking nerd. This is a big fat goofy nigga who's damn near homeless. He's fat and disheveled with a big bald spot in the back of his head. But we gotta understand there's always gonna be ops sent our way whenever we try to build stuff. All of these bad faith arguments, don't even try to address that in a serious manner. The name of the game is to send these folks out here and to justify trying to undermine whatever we have doing. That's why all of the arguments are just in bad faith and is babbling in circles. That's all it is. Their job is to come out here and just lie, and babble, clout chase, and to try to undermine what we got going on. It's not working. A lot of these niggas, man, are working with law enforcement. This Bucci, this nigga has admitted that he works with law enforcement. There's videos of him saying that he's clicked in with law enforcement. And I'm not even mad at law enforcement. If I was a white supremacist in a position of power and I saw some black folks concentrating their power, if I saw black people concentrating their power, I would go get a big fat coon and have them do my dirty work too, if I was a white supremacist. So I don't trip on that. Just we keep our eyes on the ball, man. Don't listen to these bad faith ass arguments and don't waste your time. The name of the game is for niggas like this to sit up and waste your damn time with Sambo babble. This is a non-factor. Nobody takes this nigga seriously. He ain't got no real followers on social media. This is just another op, and we have to expect that. And Taharka Bey, that's another op too. We're surrounded by a lot of these ops who come around us with these bad faith arguments. So we just got to stay focused, family. And we're going to stay in a position where we're going to keep being empowered. We got a movement going on. The foundational Black American movement is a real movement, and people feel a certain way about it because we're excluding a lot of the bullshit, which is what we should have been doing. All of these niggas trying to get us to be on this Pan-African vibe, that dissipates our power. We ain't got nothing from that. Ain't nobody trying to deal with us overseas.
Okay, so you all heard all of the babbling that he did. He did not debunk or dispute anything. All he did was sit there and go in on Brandon, just saying a bunch of foolishness. He's really pathetic at this point, and anybody with an ounce of respect for themselves would not want to be attached to this clown, okay? Agent 007 needs to sit down somewhere because I absolutely believe he's an agent, and which is why he loves to call everybody else ops. Now, the funny thing is, Taharka has always been exposing frauds in our community. The thing is, Bussy Rick never bothered to call Taharka an op then when he was exposing other people who were fraudulent. He never bothered to call him an op. But as soon as Taharka starts dropping receipts on him, now all of a sudden he's an op. Now all of a sudden Brandon is cooperating with the police, but you're the one filing the charges. You're the one filing these lawsuits or these court cases. At the end of the day, if Brandon was down with the police, Well, how did Tariq get to file this, try to file this restraining order against him? And the funny thing is, the guys in that Twitter space, they were licking Tariq's boots so hard. And this stupid lady who was in there, I don't even know her name, but she was clearly thirsty. Okay, she was clearly thirsty. But they were kissing his butt so hard that when Brandon told them that Tariq came there with 2 Latino bodyguards, you know, because they were going in on Brandon. Bussy Rick was saying that Brandon was clicked in with the Mexicans in LA and all this stuff. And Brandon was like, I'm clicked in, but you brought 2 Latinos to court as bodyguards. And then one of them says, oh, that was business. Okay, so when he does things that he doesn't bother to pay FBA for, it's just business. So he had to have 2 Caucasian-looking Latinos to escort him to court. He couldn't have hired black ones since he's supposed to be so pro-black. He couldn't have hired 1 black one and 1 Latina. He had to get 2 Latinos. Like, make that make sense. Make that make sense. But hold on. Let me continue. Everyone, please get the likes up. Please like and share. Thank you in advance. Now, Professor James Small actually had something to say about Bussy Rick and his whole divisive rhetoric. I'm going to pull this up. Everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. Now, I want y'all to listen to this. And like I said, the Bussy Ricans are so foolish. They started going in on Professor James Small, an elder of ours, very respected scholar, okay? Very wise man. They were saying that he was a hater. They literally called him a hater when I posted the link on my Twitter space. They were going in saying, oh, he's hating. And they were saying that he was lying, that Tariq doesn't go in on Africans just because of where they're from. He only goes in on them when they call us Akadas. That's not true. He's always talking about, oh, you don't have an FBA hairline. He's always saying, oh, you fled your country and came here. He's always disparaging black immigrants. They don't have to do or say anything to this fool, but he does it because that's what he wants to push. And you already heard him say in his own words that he was offered money by wanting supremacists to do so. So obviously he took the money. And if he took the money to do so, that would in fact make him an agent. Pay attention. Now I'm going to share my screen.
They're crazy, okay? And I think they're dangerous in the way they approach it. This is the lady and the lawyer. Mm-hmm. And I reached out to them years ago when I first heard about them. I reached out to them, my email, no one ever touched bases or tried to get back to me. And I wasn't being that critical. I was saying, let's talk.
Yeah.
Now, when I heard the young people talking through my young brother Chase about Foundation of Black America, I reached out to them. They came to talk. I want to know, what is the issue? Now, I don't agree, and I'll call names. I don't agree with Tariq's rhetoric, okay? He's done some very good things, but words have meaning and words have power. And you can use it once you've got a technology like we have today. One word can be so destructive you couldn't imagine it.
Yeah.
When you are constant in using the N-word and you're constant in condemning an African simply because they're an immigrant and you're constant, then there's something wrong with your knowledge base, not just your analysis. You have to have a decent knowledge foundation to even make an analysis. Tariq has pulled together a lot of fantastic scholars. Now, how much of that scholarship he has absorbed becomes another question. And he's my friend and my brother. But I don't speak behind people's back. I do it straight up front. Tariq knows me. I love him like I love you. But his behavior, if I'm going to go forward, has to change, has to be altered. And I'll have that private conversation with him because that's what brothers do. And I've talked to some others and told them I'm going to have that conversation and suggest that they do the same thing. When we did the rally in DC, you did not hear a bunch of that rhetoric going on. You didn't hear any of it, really. I went backstage with the brother. We sat down, we met, we bumped heads a little bit, but we walked out of there united, understanding that we're talking about unity and not about labels. Sometimes what people are calling Pan-Africanists, they're not even talking about Pan-Africanism.
Yeah, exactly.
They label anybody who says, I'm doing something black and ain't them, that's a Pan-Africanist. It's like people say the conscious community. Where the hell is the conscious community? Everybody's conscious to some degree or another. There's no such thing as a conscious community. But we get caught up in these little label bags, and then we can't get ourselves out of it.
I think the ghost fucked my husband.
Okay, so with that all being said, at the end of the day, you all heard that. All right, you all heard that. And he should be called out. It's going to take the elders to do so. Because at the end of the day, his minions, they're not going to care what he says or does. They're not going to care when he's caught in numerous lies. They're not going to care when he's, not doing anything that's pro-Black by bringing these Caucasian-looking Latinos to court with him. All right? They're not going to care that all he does is make stupid cartoons and video games, because his people, the people that really follow him, it's very telling about their mentality. They find the humor in his foolishness, but you cannot laugh your way to reparations. Okay? You can't make jokes to get reparations. That's what you can't do. And that's all he's doing, is making jokes and spewing foolish insults. But hold on. Hold on. Everyone, please get those likes up. Please like and share. Now, this is a video from Heavy Gantz. Now, Heavy Gantz says that he used to be a supporter of Tariq's, and that, in fact, he was going to debate Brandon about Tariq. But gladly, and good for him, he woke up. Okay? I want y'all to pay attention. So I'm going to share my screen. Everyone, please get the likes up. Please like and share. I'm going to play a clip from his video. And shout out to Heavy Gant. You all need to follow his channel as well, because he puts out good information. Oh, and also let me say this. Thank you, Salad D, for your donation. And also thank you so much, Dana Mitchell, for your birthday donation to the Queen. I really appreciate you, beloved. Peace, love, and blessings. Okay? So let me go ahead and share the screen and get this queued.
Of course, the con artist is going to tell you not to listen to the person who is going to tell you the truth about what he's doing. If you could have heard the way Tariq started babbling in that fucking space when I was like, all right, fuck it, because they kept talking.
We about to go into the space here in a second. We about to go into the space so you can hear how the conversation went. Because I promise you, you're gonna see what I'm saying. If you got some common sense, you're gonna see what I'm saying. Because the only conversation and debates that Tariq can have is when he can mute somebody's line, right? He can't have a one-up type of conversation.
Shit, right? I said, all right, fuck it, Tariq. I'm gonna just tell the truth. I'm just telling what I know about what you're trying to do, because I already figured out your scheme. Bro, I got 5 words in. Tariq realized that I was onto him. That nigga started babbling. Oh, yeah, fuck you, fat boy. You ain't nothing but a white him up. This is a family. Nobody should listen to this fuck boy.
And this is exactly how the whole FBA, this is exactly what they do on social media all day, is they call names, they insult, they talk about fighting, right? Remember that whole situation with Secure the Tribe, right? All this talk about fighting and this and that and the other. This is what they do, and this is pretty much what Tariq does, right? Like he snaps jokes, he cracks jokes, he roasts people. Do you guys think, those of you who care about reparations so much, do you think he's going to be able to roast his way to reparations? Do you think he's going to be able to joke his way to reparations?
He's working with the feds. He's working with all the people I was working with, Lord. I'm working with the feds, but you're able to take me to court.
And we know Brandon's name, by the way, guys. We know his name. Okay, he's all over the internet. He's public information is there. You know his first, you know his last name too. Can you say the same for Tariq?
ADOS started attacking Pan-Africanism first. They started that shit. Bashing Pan-Africanism, bashing Pan-Africans. And then when we started responding to them, then y'all all got in y'all feeling, oh, you're attacking FBA. No, they started that shit. Anybody who is honest, any man who is a man, any woman who is a woman will tell me those motherfuckers started that shit first. And then, see, because back in the day, Pan-African people used to just sit back and take that shit. Back in the day, Pan-African people used to just sit by quietly, letting these niggas disparage Pan-Africanism, letting these niggas talk down on Garvey and shit. Now, we in this bitch giving it as good as we getting it, and they mad. Well, they're mad. It's committed, and then I could tell Tariq, hey, Tariq,
This is the Twitter space.
Go ahead and produce the footage of these people vandalizing the building. Just like he produced the footage within seconds of him slapping Tariq Nasheed.
Isn't that a great point? Those of you who are like, well, what did he lie about? Right there. The museum was vandalized, but they put a tarp up. Okay. So is that really vandalism? Like, what really happened? Okay. He quote unquote slaps Tariq Nasheed, who's like 5'3.5", maybe, right? A little guy. And that video came up immediately. Due to Brandon's investigative journalism, we know that up that strip, there's like 9 cameras that would have caught. There are 9 cameras that would have caught the vandalism. Did he ever put a video out of there being vandalism? Huh? Did he ever file a police report that there was vandalism? We know he's okay with talking to the police because he files restraining orders. Since he's such a G, he do a whole bunch of gangster talking, filing restraining orders, pulling up with 2 non-black security guys. Did he ever produce a video showing the vandalism? That's a lie. All of you people saying, well, what did he lie about? That's a lie.
Why? So the cameras wasn't working in? No. Tariq vandalized his own building and tried to use that as a way to try to get money out of the community. But because I went up there, that disrupted that. And so then when I went up there, the lady came out because she's a real estate agent. And she was like, oh, can I help you? Well, I knocked on the door. And I just want to ask her about the vandalism. And so I talked to her about the vandalism. She gave me her card. She was like, if you want to talk to me about it any other time, just hit me up and we can talk about it. She gave me her card, which what person who's being harassed gives you their card and says, call me anytime if you want to talk about it? I told her I was an independent journalist. I told her that I was up there just investigating vandalism because if there is racially motivated vandalism occurring, then that's black people deserve to know about that and they deserve to know the truth, period. So wait a minute, bro. Wait a minute, bro. I understand y'all daddy is up here, but y'all gotta let me finish talking. Y'all asking a question.
Go ahead, let you play.
Okay. Y'all asking a question, I'm answering it in depth so y'all can know the reality of what's going on. Listen, I went up there just like if a racist vandalized somebody's business anywhere else, the news gonna go up there and see what was up. Well, hey, what's going on? Racially motivated vandalism. Okay, so I went up there.
Okay, all right, bro. Yeah, go ahead.
That's the first thing they do is they mute you. Okay, this is a pro Tariq Twitter space, and Tariq's in the room now.
Hey, brother Tariq, how you doing today, brother?
What's up, fam? Y'all good?
Oh yeah, all good. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'm about to get my expo tickets.
You hear, old boy? Tariq can't even talk yet. Old boy talking about getting his expo tickets. So what he got is a groupie man fan. It's a whole bunch of man fans over there. That's the best thing I could call you, man, is a man fan. You call yourself a man and you see this level of deception and lying at black people's expense and you're still supporting it.
My man. But man, you see we got a lying op here. This is all this nigga does. This is a lying ass op that has been sent to try.
Let me stop this right now. One of the things that turned me away from Tariq's channel, his movies, and him as a human was everything that when me and Brandon got into it, everything that Brandon said was 100% factual truth. Everything he said. I went through his videos. Because I was debating on whether or not we were going to sit down and have a talk. Like I wanted to actually do like a live stream and possibly talk to him, but I wanted to be prepared. Right? Because he was wanting to debate me, and I was wanting to debate him, but I didn't because I didn't want to have like a shouting match with somebody, because I know how I can be, quite honestly. And I didn't have enough ammunition. Didn't have enough ammunition. So I went through his videos. I didn't watch everything, but everything I seen, he wasn't lying. The things he said about Tariq wasn't a lie. The things he said about ADOS wasn't a lie. How he dismantled that movement wasn't a lie. And he's not like a fan of Yvette Carnell. I go over there and do some research regarding Yvette. I do my YouTube forensics. Everybody's saying the same stuff about this guy.
To disrupt shit, and it ain't working. We've been documenting this fuck niggas bullshit for about a year and a half or whatever. This dude has been sent out here to try to undermine us, and it just doesn't work. All of the arguments are in bad faith. This dude
he says all the same keywords, right? Like he don't even have he don't even have like a real vocabulary. He got a few keywords, bad faith. You know what I mean? Like he got a few babbling. He got a few different things in his arsenal that he brings out.
Been sent to our locations. They make sure that I'm not there. Let's be very clear. All that shit about him looking for me. They went to court and admitted they never come around when I'm there. They know they not come around when I'm not around. We went to court. I documented all of his basics. In court, we said it was sexual harassment, which is part of it because this nigga's a big old queen. We went to court.
That's Tariq. This is Tariq for you. This is Tariq for you.
The judge said the woman who was named in the case, the woman he's talking about, Letty, who was one of my tenants, they said she had to file separately because we filed jointly, and that's why they just threw it out. And this nigga was twerking his ass talking about he won. Nigga, you didn't win anything. You were in court for damn near sexually harassing and stalking another fucking man.
It's completely all made up, right? Like, but
So we got these types of bitch niggas out here in the game running their mouths, and unfortunately, people like to Harker listen to dudes like this, and you thought it was sweet to kind of run up on a nigga like me, and you learn the hard way that it just doesn't work like that. Y'all don't listen to fucking.
So like I said, nothing but insults, no facts, no receipts. And here's the thing. If someone is talking trash about you, if someone is dropping receipts on you, if someone is exposing you, and they're absolutely not telling the truth, all you have to do is come back and speak up for yourself and show your receipts to debunk whatever they're saying. And if you love to go to court, which clearly Bussy Reek does, you could file a defamation, libel, and slander for the lies that you claim are being told. But he has not done any of this, nor will he ever, because it's all the truth. It's all the truth. So with that all being said, I want to show you a portion of a video that Taharka did with a follower of Tariq, one of his FBA minions. Hold on, I'm going to show you a couple of videos, 2 of them. Hold on, let's get to the first one. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Anybody that thinks this is a beef, you're clearly slow, okay? If you're thinking this is a beef, that's ridiculous. It's not a beef. Tariq is being exposed for the grifter and fraud and pathological liar that he is, okay? It's not about beef. When people are being exposed in our community as being fraudulent and doing things directly against us while pretending to be down for us and to be pro-Black, they need to be exposed. It's not a beef, okay?
His subscribers or followers, helping us get reparations. Take a listen.
I'm FBA. I can trace myself back. I have my papers.
Okay.
What is my next step?
I don't know. What are you talking about? I don't know. Do you know?
This conversation is about Tariq Nasheed, FBA.
Now, that was the guy by the name of Big T, who is a supporter of Tariq and an FBA minion. He came onto Harker's show twice, making a complete fool of himself. Now, you heard what Taharka asked him. This fool said, I don't know. See, a lot of these minions don't even know what they stand for. They don't even know what they're trying to accomplish. All they want to do is shout reparations while not doing anything effectively to get reparations. Holding a rally in DC where you just talk amongst yourselves, you could have done that online. What was the big goal here? What did they accomplish besides nothing? But meanwhile, Bussy Rick was derailing other reparations rally where people were putting in actual grassroots work. Pay attention. But here's another one of Bussy Rick's followers who came on Taharka's show and made a fool of himself as well. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance. Also, please double check and make sure you're still subscribed to the Queen's channels if you have not been receiving your notifications. Here we go. Let me pull this up.
Life is life, and then at the end of the day, you come back.
I just want you to pay attention to the dusty Negroes who follow Bussy Rick and the foolish talking points that they have, and how you can tell just from listening to them that they're clearly uneducated. Okay, these are the people that follow him, and we should all know that, because this is why they find it so hilarious and tantalizing, right? When he makes these idiotic cartoons clowning Black people. But he never makes any cartoons clowning the very Caucasian people who expose him and call him an agent. That's what he never does, nor will he ever. And he doesn't ever speak to disparage them. He doesn't call them nasty names or curse at them. That's what he doesn't do. But he had all that to say about Brandon. He had so much to say about Taharka. He's always trying to go in on Michi. This is what this fool does. I just want y'all to pay attention.
YouTube start making video. No, like I said, right? Set it off, and that's me talking. Look, this how I code switch. So right here we set it off, but in actual terms, what I'm saying is, as a man, we stand on certain things.
Okay, go ahead. My apology. Go ahead.
You're not letting me get. If you let me get it out, it'll make sense. So as a man, like I said, like if I'm still where I'm, you already know we'll set it off here. But as an actual man, grown man working a professional job, I don't care whoever, whatever, whenever, whatever. If that happens, I'm gonna set it off, as we say down here. So
now, when he's talking about he'll set it off, he's talking about how Bussy Rick swung on Taharka. That's what he's saying, that he would have set it off. He wouldn't have done anything if he'd seen the police across the street, as Taharka did. He wouldn't have done anything, because he would not have wanted to go to jail, because from the looks of him, he likely wouldn't have been able to bail out. Okay, pay attention. Talking all this big talk. Please make it all make sense.
What I'm saying is, what's the goal by getting back on YouTube and going back at him? Because I actually like your.
I never stop.
Content.
What are you talking about?
I love your content.
See,
no, what I'm saying, after it happened,
I'm carrying on. I'm carrying on the story. I'm carrying on the research. I'm carrying on the presentation. It's not. I never stop. What are you talking about?
No, what I'm saying is, if you got up with him and he was like, "Hey, I ain't got nothing to say," da 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 da, you still could. So what you're saying is, so what's the goal?
I say he's soft and he won't accept the MMA match. I say he's soft. I say that little swing right there. That's how I say that little swing right there. That was all for show. That's what I say. I say he's soft. He won't take the MMA match. That's what you want to hear?
That's not necessarily what.
No, I say he's soft. I say he's soft. He won't see me with the hands.
I think I struck a nerve. I think you get mad.
No, because listen to me, brother. You acting as if he posed a threat. He did not pose a threat. The people around Jefferson Street, them people posed the only threat that I worried about. You know what I'm saying? He did not pose a threat. But if you feel it's because what you're saying is, oh, after that, you still making video. After what? Because he swung, he slapped me, he punched me, he hit my shirt, he swung. What I'm saying is, he did not pose a threat.
So you narrated it as this. You narrated it as this. So this happened. I'm really injured now. That's where you.
I'm going to end him from the time that he lied on me and called me a sex offender, a pervert, and a pedophile.
Yeah.
Now I want you all to pay attention because Bussy Reek also called Brandon a sex offender in that Twitter space. Did you all hear that? He actually called Brandon a sex offender also. This is how desperate he is. He's using the wanton supremacist tactics against black men who call him out for the fraud that he is. I want y'all to pay attention to the lies that the devil tells.
Yeah. I mean, no. I understand what you're saying. I understand.
Brother, he called me a sex offender, a pervert, a child molester, and a pedophile. What are you talking about? That's nothing to do with him swinging. That little girly swing, come on, man. Girl swing. If he really wanted to fight, I mean, girl, who? Let's be clear. Tariq bitch snap you. Excuse my expressing. May Allah forgive me for using that language. But that's what people say. Listen to this.
That's a backhand.
What man walks up and act like they want to fight and do this? Look at me, brother.
I'm looking.
What man? You can't see me. What man really does that? No man walks up to you like they want to fight.
Let me tell you all something. This is how you know that Taharka's not lying, that Bussy Reek swung at him like a girl. And he jumped online lying, talking about, I just smacked the F out of Taharka Bay. First of all, no, you didn't. Sit down somewhere. He did swing like a girl. And here's how you know. I want you all to pay attention. Bussy Reek was about to windmill. Absolutely. Y'all are crazy. Here's the thing. You know he didn't swing with any fierceness or any force or any heart behind it because he was walking toward Taharka. Now I want y'all to pay attention. For those of you who actually know how to fight, those of you who actually know how to defend yourself and throw those hands, you'll know what I'm about to say is the absolute truth. The reason we know or should know that Bussy Reek in fact swung like a girl with no force behind his so-called slap, well, because at the end of the day, he was walking towards Taharka. Taharka was backing away from him, okay, as to avoid confrontation, not because he was scared, but because he was smart, because there was a whole fed on the roof, okay, allegedly, and there was a police definitely across the street. Not to mention, Bussy Reek had backup because he had bodyguards there. So he's walking towards Taharka, and he swings, and as you watch him swing, he's flat-footed. His feet are both on the ground, flat-footed. Now, why is that important? I'm going to tell you why. I'm so glad you asked. That's important because anyone who knows how to fight, because I clearly do, when you're fighting someone, whether you swing to slap them or to punch them, if you want to hit them as hard as you can, okay, because that's what you do when you want to slap the F out of somebody like Bussy Reek claimed that he did. When you swing, your body will automatically propel forward because you're throwing your weight into the punch. And when you throw your weight into the punch and your body moves forward to give more of an impact, your foot, one of your feet will raise from the ground. Okay? So if your feet are flat on the ground and you're walking towards someone and you swing your arm, there's no power in that punch because you're not using your full body weight. Okay? Salon D said fighting one-on-one with Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur. You already know. I used to box. So what I'm saying is there was no power in that slap. He absolutely did swing like a girl. If you don't believe it, go back and rewatch the footage. Okay? When he was walking towards Taharka, there was nothing masculine. There was nothing powerful about that alleged or that attempted slap. There was nothing powerful behind it. Okay? Pay attention.
And swing like a smack. No man does that, brother.
But
brother, that was all for show.
So you think he walked down on you for sure, or he was just that passionate?
Hold on. Otis Benjamin said at least he wanted to fight. Otis Benjamin, no, he didn't. He didn't want to fight. If Bussy really wanted to fight, he would take Taharka up on his offer for an MMA-like fighting match. If he really wanted to fight, he would take Brandon up on his offer. Bussy does not want to fight. Bussy was clout chasing so that he could post that on the internet and act like he did something. And the only reason he was bold enough to even do that is because there was bodyguards of his, 3 of them across the street. There was a police officer across the street, and there was somebody on the roof who was possibly, more likely than not, a Fed. That's why he even had the batteries in his back to try to swing on Taharka. On an ordinary day, he wouldn't dare. And he got up there and lied on Sonetta's show and said that Taharka has been threatening him all over the internet, and that Taharka said when he sees him, it's on sight. Taharka never said that. Tell Bussy Rick to produce the footage or the audio of Taharka ever saying that, of Taharka ever threatening him. Taharka has never threatened him. He's only laughed at his foolishness and exposed him for the fraud that he is. At the end of the day, nobody threatened him. These are the lies that he tells, and he gets away with it because his stupid little minions with their low IQs, being insidiously obtuse as they are, they're not going to go and do any research. So it's, I'm Bussy Rick, and I said so. Okay, that's how that goes. And we know their intellect is lacking because of this clown that we're listening to right now as he speaks to Taharka. He's making no sense. None whatsoever. Talking about at least he wanted to fight. He didn't want to fight. Okay? That's the last thing that he wants to do. If he was so big and bad and so much so he wants to fight, why would he be filing restraining orders? Why would he be going to court to try and file restraining orders and then lying and saying that he was trying to file it for the female tenant? You can't file a restraining order for anyone other than yourself, your child, or a person that you have guardianship over. Okay? And also, that woman who was formerly his tenant is no longer even at the museum. So why would he be filing a restraining order for her on her behalf? You can't do that. And he has a whole attorney. So his attorney surely told him that you can't file a restraining order for someone else. Okay? He said that the woman was named on the restraining order too. No, she wasn't. I seriously doubt it. His lawyer couldn't have been that stupid.
That it hurt his feelings.
Brother. No, brother.
You don't think it hurt his feelings?
Bro, listen.
You don't think it hurt his feelings?
Listen to me. I got the video of him circling the block, bro. I got the video of him circling the block. I didn't know he was circling the block, but when I came home, I actually looked at the video, and he circled the block once.
Who you get the video from?
Bro,
Who
I
you get the
recorded
video
it. What are you talking about? I recorded it.
So you got the Skylight video, or you had the regular video?
No. I have my own video.
Okay, I've heard enough. You see how stupid this dude is? Now, this is the dude who said that he was going to come out there and set Taharka straight about Tariq and let him know that he's wrong about it. All he did was get on there and talk a bunch of mumbo jumbo, as Bussy Rick would call it, plebiscite babble. He wasn't saying anything significant. He didn't have any receipts. He didn't debunk a single thing that Taharka said or anybody else has said. All he did was get on there and ask stupid questions and try to gaslight and deflect just like the average Bussy Rickian. All of them get their talking points and foolishness from Bussy Rick. Whatever he says is what they say. If you listen to the full Twitter space when Bussy Rick was in there with Brandon and he was trying to talk about Brandon's hips and all that, first of all, why is this grown man worried about another man's butt? I have so many questions. But the people that were hosting this Twitter space, they started trying to clown Brandon too, and they were saying the exact same thing that Bussy Rick was saying. You see, these fools have no original thoughts. They're capable of having their own thoughts. All they do is spew whatever Bussy Rick says, because he's Bussy Rick and he says so. They don't care how many receipts come out, and I want you to know that every last one of the Bussy Rickians, none of them are B1. They don't care about black people. They don't even care about themselves. That's why it's fine for them that Tariq gets up here and tells all these lies on people and about people. It's okay that he gets up there and lies about things he's going to do and keeps the money. It's okay that he gets up here and promises them things that he never delivers on. It's okay that he sits here and he's a whole millionaire thanks to them, and then he asks them to pay his bills. That's okay. But Tariq is the same person who was talking trash about people and saying that people were on Section 8 and calling people dusty. But he wants to sit there and beg his followers to pay him for the museum every month. Okay, that's what he wants to do. And then some of his stupid followers said to me on Twitter when I said something about that, they said, well, museums always get donations from donors. Yeah, a lot of them do. The thing is, that's not a museum. It's a rib shack with no artifacts. It's a garage. Okay, that's what it is. It's a storefront. It's a gift shop. Okay? It's not a museum. Nobody sits there and sells liquor, as he claims that he's going to do, saying that he needs a whole liquor license. Who sells liquor in a museum? No one charges $150 to go into a museum. What is going to be hidden in there besides his grift? That's the only thing hidden in that museum is his grift. And just so you know, I wasn't even going to warn his minions, but I'm going to tell you right now, you better be careful, because that fake museum is nothing more than a honey trap. If you thought you saw that man on the roof, there's going to be a whole lot of him watching on hidden surveillance cameras, I do believe. Okay? And when you go in there, you might not want to give up your personal information. Okay? You might not want to tell your address, your real name, or your social, or any of those things. You might not want to do that. Okay? Because I guarantee you there'll be some kind of way to gather your information so you can end up in a database, just like the people who gave their information to Grandmaster Jay. Be Like Water says, he said satellite video. I wouldn't be surprised. So anyway, with that all being said, I just want y'all to pay attention, because a lot of his minions are very upset because he's being exposed with proof and receipts. Like I said, if there was no truth to the things being said, they would not even be angry. They would simply just debunk it. He would simply just debunk it. None of them, including him, cannot debunk a single thing that has been said. He's not going to file a defamation, libel, or slander because he knows that everything's being said is true. And also, even if he wanted to, he'd have to go in court if he did file one, and he'd have to bring his own receipts to debunk what was said. And he ain't going to bring no receipts because he doesn't have any. Okay? That's not going to happen. All he'll do is file fraudulent restraining orders, or try to at least, just to get people to stop exposing him for the con man that he in fact is. Okay? So with that all being said, everyone please like and share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Unsubscribe if you're mad. I really don't care. You know that by now. You should at least. And just pay attention. Otis says you have to prove damage in a defamation suit. Difficult to prove. No, it's not difficult to prove. It's not difficult to prove at all. Okay, I took YouTube to court for the same thing, defamation, libel, and slander. It's not difficult to prove. The only reason it would be difficult to prove is if you don't have any proof. Okay, you think it's going to be hard for Taharka to prove defamation, libel, and slander on Tariq? He has video footage and proof of Tariq lying and calling him a sex offender. He has proof. That's all you have to do is bring your proof to court. Otis, please stop making foolish excuses, okay? So you want to say that it's difficult to prove, so that's why he's not doing it? It's not difficult to prove, honey. If somebody lies on me and I know they're lying, I guarantee you I got the proof. And that's all you need to go to court and prove that they lied on you and that the lie that they told cost you something significantly, okay? And that they shared the information with at least a third party. That's all you have to do. It's not hard, honey, okay? Trust me when I tell you, okay? So anyway, somebody says Otis is a troll. He says you have to quantify the damage. Yes, you can quantify the damage, and that's easy to do as well. What are you talking about? That's easy to do as well, okay? If someone lies on you, defames you in some way, and then you want to seek damages, all you have to do is simply tell the court what amount of damages you lost. They could have made you lose your job. Whatever income you got from the job is all you need to show. They could have made you lose clientele. Whatever revenue you were receiving from said clientele, you just can show that through invoices, check stubs, bank deposit statements. It's very easy to do, Otis. You need to sit down somewhere and stop acting as though you're so stupid, because I really hope that you're acting at this point. Okay, so with that all being said, everyone please like and share, subscribe to the channel or unsubscribe. I want to thank you all for tuning back in. I also want to thank Dana Mitchell again for her contribution for my birthday. Peace, love, and blessings. And with that all being said, everyone, don't forget, those of you who are members on the spiritual channel, Queen Ahmadiyyah TV, More Than Meets the Third Eye, I'm going to be going live on there with an exclusive this evening at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with God Asir. So make sure you all tune in. Okay, and I'm also going to have Sophia Stewart on the spiritual channel. All right, and I'm actually going to likely redo the interview because YouTube was chopping it up or whatever. They were distorting the audio, and so the truth won't be told. But I'm going to actually do a Zoom with her, and then I'll upload it as a premiere. So with that all been said, each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. Oh, and also, let me just say this before I go. Michi X is having the Black Agenda, okay? Michi X is having the Black Agenda in Atlanta in April. So make sure you show up for that, okay? For those of you who care about what's going on in our community, for those of you who actually care about Black people, okay? Don't forget about that. Make sure you show up and show out if you're going to be in Atlanta, in the Atlanta area. This is going to be in April. All right. So with that all being said, I wish you all love, peace, and prosperity. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
In order for you and me to devise some kind of method or strategy to offset some of the events or a repetition of the events that have taken place here in Los Angeles recently, we have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another Black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is Black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put 2 dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Tamir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a Black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my Black shoes by the Black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coon. The white man to go nuts if he cash you. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
We are
sense.
denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Ahmadiyyah.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, given to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations. I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the